Okay, so there are many ways to control the back, right? And we've seen a lot on this channel and in these classes that we're putting out from the rear clinch, right? That's this kind of double under body lock position, right? I'm holding someone in rear clinch. Now, we're gonna go over what we call following drills from here, okay? So we need to be able to control the back standing up. We need to be able to transition to the floor. And what if I go down to the floor with you and then you stand back up? I gotta be able to deal with that too, okay? So that's kind of, a package deal. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do it with and without grips. So I want you to think about this following in all directions, okay? If we need to be able to follow standing up, we also need to be able to follow on the ground, right? So back control, like what if you go to the floor and you're in a turtle or an all fours position, and I follow you down there, and let's say you move from there, right? And there's different retentions. We're not really gonna address side control today, but you may try and roll out to guard. I've gotta be able to follow you, right? If we're in turtle, I need to be able to take your back, right? Flatten you to go to back mount with the seated position or bridging position. So I've got to be able to address all these things. I need to be able to control you from that back mount, okay? So back control begs a lot of things, and we're gonna go over several of those in this class, okay? So first, let's follow from the rear clinch, and we'll be doing that in all directions. First, no grips. Okay, so this is the idea. Here, here. And then my face needs to be connected between your shoulders. Okay? Get behind me. Good. Feel my hips. Good. Okay? Face connected. I can't elbow you. Okay? I can't drop weight back onto you. If you were too low, lower your head down. See that? Not cool, right? That single leg sprawl we've been doing is that. It drops weight in the same way, in case you didn't notice that, okay? But, so if I, start dropping weight back and get my hips away from you, you gotta stay connected. Chest to back, face between the shoulders, monitoring the hips. If I move forward, if I move backwards, if I move to the sides, if I spin in a circle. What I'm trying to do is either elbow or grab for a throw. So you got to be able to follow me in all directions. Okay, and look, no grips. I like that. Okay. Now, what I want you to do here is I want you to do the same thing, but we're going to transition to the floor and then transitioning back up. Now, I'm just going to build that in. Okay. When we get to the floor, watch. If I start going to the floor and you stay where you are. Don't do anything. See your feet? So if I go down real quick, I can off balance you and start getting out. If I have an elbow hook or I have some connection, I can throw you underneath me. So when I go down, don't stay behind me. Go to the side. Good. Good, okay? So here's one of the greatest skills that we develop in this course. Controlling someone, sadly, is not stapling into the floor and owning them every second. Sometimes to maintain control, we have to follow. And that's what these drills are for, okay? So get back behind me. We're moving in all directions. When I go to stand up, you need to encourage that. Oh, we're standing up. Oh, we're going down. Oh, we're going to the side. You're just along for the ride. Stay connected. Yeah, that was really smooth. Good. Okay. I want you to do the same thing with this. Okay? And then midway through that, we'll do a couple reps. I want you to do the same thing with a body lock. Okay? So here's the thing. They're not always going to be wearing something you can hold on to, but most of the time they are, right? So this is a point of something you can hook onto and get a little tighter control. And this, we call this backpack grip. seatbelt grip, all right, body lock. So start with here, right? And we've seen a choke from here in a previous class, the Okiri, the collar choke, sliding lapel choke. Okay, so grab here and look where my elbows are. That's better, all right? Maybe. This is really good to me. I'm not overcommitted. I can do anything. This is pretty neutral too. This is good too. All of this for this rear clinch is a good grip. Okay. Get your backpack grip. Take the slack out. Get your, slide down a little bit. Because you want some control of my hips with your elbows. A little bit more. Good. Yeah, good. Relax there a little bit. Just monitor. Feel your elbows, slide your grip down just another, yes. See, there you go. Good. See, it's the same as what you had. You're just grabbing my lapels with it. And it kind of makes me like lean forward in a way. It's connection. You had connection before, but you didn't have your grips. Now it's just enriched by this. Okay, so, all right, go. Good. Now, body lock. Nice. Pretty good. I'm getting a little tired. You control me. But that's it, you know? And it wasn't even necessarily that was bearing your weight. You were kind of hitchhiking. Yeah, you're moving, but you were lighter because you had some connection, right? I'm kind of carrying you a little bit. Even though we're just here, carry a little bit of your weight, okay? So that's the following drills from standing, okay? But again, we'll get into it from turtle, all fours, and also from back mount with hooks. Okay guys, we're gonna be going over some more back control. We're gonna be following our partner, opponent, attacker, whatever you wanna call them. We're gonna be following them when we have like a base in all directions, right? Like same thing as we've seen in some of the stand up, but we're gonna need to maintain a 4-point base in an all fours position. And that's gonna be the same thing he's in. A lot of times you'll hear people call this turtle, back ride, all fours, things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that. So turtle down for me, right? So you're gonna be, sometimes when I say all fours, like look, he's on all fours, but he may pop up into go on your hands and feet. See, so like that's sort of the idea. And that's gonna be kind of what I'm doing. Come back down. Here, right? So I'm back, I'm on his hips. Just like if I had hooks, I would need to be back on his hips. It's kind of the same distance, okay? So we're gonna do no grips, just monitoring, right? Leaning into him. I can push this triceps if I want, but I'm just following his hips. Go forward. Go backwards. Go to this side. Go towards the camera. Good. Spin in a circle. Move in all directions. Good. Now, get on this side. Put your weight on me. Good. Be a little further back. I want to feel your elbows kind of at my hips. Good. Slide this a little more forward. Good. Don't get so close I can grab that. Good. Follow. Switch sides. Switch sides. Nice. Okay. What we've seen, there's a lot of ways to take the back, but we've seen that we can set a hook to take the back, right? From that all fours position. And there are other things that may happen. They may try and roll out and get them inside control. But if you can't follow them, you can't do those things, okay? So these are some great drills to gain sensitivity, to control the person, but it's that counterintuitive version of the control. Everybody kind of understands like, oh, if I hold you down, you can't get out, I'm controlling you. And they chase that. But sometimes maintaining control of the person is, oh, you couldn't do that. And more in the beginning, you can't. So I'm always kind of let you do your thing, and you kind of got out of my control, and I'm gonna follow you and follow you. And oh, hey, we're back in my spot, and I'm controlling you this time. That's the idea, okay? So now let's take a look at the back mount position, okay? This dovetails right into the turtle, and you're seated here, okay? Now, we could do this, we're doing it no hooks, okay? We could do this just like we saw from some of the stuff we did from standing, where I grab the double lapel. I can do this with the seat belt, which is what I'm gonna use today, right? Or even the body lock, here, okay? It's just kind of, you know, like if you're a color belt or you've been doing this a while, like, which one do you like better? Like, but for the beginners, just this seat belt is a great all occasions type of a thing, okay? So I need to have that same kind of connection where my chest to back and I'm pulling in and my head is also connected, okay? So what I want to see you do is you try and go either side and turtle. It doesn't matter which side yet. I've got to be able to let him do that and come up, okay? And then from there, I can retake the back and choke. So we'll just review the chokes. Look, bring everything in, bring him in, right? I'm already facing kind of towards the ceiling, and there's my finish. I'm shrugging, but I'm bringing everything in. This arm's closing in, this arm is closing in, but it's also pushing his head away with my face, right? My shoulders are coming up, right? So everything is in tight. Right there. Now I do this with my knees simultaneously. That's a good one, Brian.
That's a good one, Brian.
All right. So, in the seat belt, right? So, hooks, everything's a little easier. But what if you didn't have hooks, but you had a seat belt? Okay, so here, pick a side, whatever side you want. Oh, you're going this side, it's quite good. All right, so look what we did earlier. We were talking about switching sides. Oh, there's it, hopping over and taking the back, right? And then from there, we'll stay here. Okay. So that's kind of the concept. So again, no hooks. Here, go this way. Okay, I just really kind of prevented you from turtling too, right? So there's that concept. So, go no hooks, please, with the seatbelt. And I want you to think about not creating a lot of drag, what I call drag for me, like slowing me down, all right? You're controlling here, that's good, but you don't have hooks, so you're not gonna control 100%. So if I start going this way, kind of let me go that way. Let me go that way, all right? See there? You can't, I couldn't turtle. All right, so again, in that engagement, you are also off balance. Go back here. Encourage, right? I'm not saying let me do something. I'm going that way. I'm already going that way. Just because I got heavy on my elbow doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. But what I want you to do is that same concept. It's like, all right, I'm gonna stand up, you stand up with me. Sometimes when we did that 2 or 3 times, it was kind of heavy for me. Whereas some of it was like very fluid, and that's actually what we're looking for. You're not trying to, yeah, carry a little of your weight or whatever, but you're encouraging me and sensitivity to go. That was it. That was it. Now take the back on this side. Slide the hook in. Yes, good. Whoa. Okay, now, choke. Good, bring your knees in. Good, okay, release. Okay, so, do that again. Make your hands go together like this, and I won't be able to grab like that. Yes, see, I can't get it there. Good. See how you kind of turned up that way? It's good. I kind of turning towards the ceiling. Knees in when you do it. Okay. So, again, we're going this way this time. Everything else is the same, no hooks. Hop over, take my back. Good. Okay, now from here, let's scoot over. From here, I'm gonna bridge up into you, here. Okay, so I'm too low on you for you to choke me. Pull me in with your knees. Nice, now start choking me. Keep your knees coming in. Shrug everything. Good. Okay, again, no hooks. See belch. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's scoot over this way so I don't go out of the frame. Okay, I'm going this way again. You're gonna need to hop over. So let me come up and then hop over to this side and take the back. Here. Yes, take the back, good. Okay, let's scoot back to the center. See if we can't do one more. Let's see if we can't get right in the center of this. All right, so follow, follow, follow. Hop over, hop over, hop over. Take the back. Beautiful. I bridge, bridge, bridge. Pull me up. Oh, not good for me. Choke. Shrug your shoulders. Everything tight. Good. Okay, so that is some perspectives on moving between back controls. Okay, so, you know, and again, think back to classes 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5 is more back control. 4 and 6, and 5 was more escapes. Okay, we kind of saw a similar theme in our other grouping of back control that we have been going through. So, and we'll see that one more time. It'll kind of address the side control perspective. We think too, this is transitions between back control, but we've seen all this coming from mount, right? Like when somebody turns under our mount, we let them go and we follow them. Okay, so that's good on the following with no hooks. Okay, so just like we saw, like, oh, I'm following a turtle, you know, seatbelt, or maybe I have a backpack grip or something, maybe no hooks, right? But you can definitely follow seatbelt either side, we saw. If you have hooks and they bridge, pull them in. If you're on your side and you want to choke, pull them in. It's simple, okay? Let's look at one more concept here. And this will be reviewed. This will be like looking back to those first classes. So we should know these things. And we go through this program, all the classes multiple times in a year, but we want everybody to see this stuff as much as they can. Okay, so let's go back down the course. Okay, so, you know, putting my like thumb knuckle here right in his jawline and opening up here, that's a real great entry. And then here, like I was saying to Micah earlier, don't go like this. Go in this way. Bring everything in, okay? Whether you're lapel choking or anything, if I stretch him away, when I stretch you away like that, pull yourself down. Like with your feet. Down like this. Practice it one time. Pull yourself up. Yes, come back. When I stretch away, pull down. You're out. Like literally, look, I have nothing. Okay, so we don't want to stretch him away. We want to pull him in. Okay, so here, here, here. My shoulders are coming up, my knees are coming in. That's a good control, okay? Now, what we wanna see is if he goes this way or that way, and I have a seat belt, okay? And connection, hooks, all right, so we did no hooks previously. I need to be able to follow him with hooks. And I'm gonna encourage you, when you go belly down, go like this, okay? So, I want you first roll this way, actually. So cross your, right, and I'm gonna, and all the way, yeah, you kind of gotta stay flat, go back the other way. Good. So, that's it, right? Scoot forward a bit. I want you to do the same thing, and I want you to try and turtle when you get to your belly, okay? So that's one kind of phase of this, okay? So go this way. Okay. Then look here. Same thing. Or choke from the rear mount. So back mount, that's seated, right? Or he might be bridging into me. This, we're both belly down. Bridging, we're both belly up, right? And then seated, well, you know, we're both facing the same direction, we're just seated position. I need my toes going this way, my knees going out. And if I want to be real heavy, I'm going to keep my spine more rounded than arched, okay? So, and you've got your rear naked choke, Monteleone from there as well, okay? So, there's one thing that will happen on this, get on my back. Both hooks, is you'll get too far forward, right? And right there, your hips are too far forward. Good. You go ahead and put your feet together, all right? And go ahead and just grab a seatbelt or something, right? But I'm good. I'm good. I feel good. I don't want to dump you off the front. Maybe shin lock you right here. Get off. All right. Stupid thing to say to somebody. Hey, I shouldn't be able to stand up like that while you're, you know, trying to take my back. It's a tenet. So what you've got to do, get back on here, is you got to move your hips back over my hips. And the best way to do that, and you had a seatbelt, but just go with an underhook. Now use that push and yourself back, your hips. That's it. That's it. This is better. This is everything you need. Now, prayer feet. Point your toes to the wall. Knees are apart. Yes. Very good. Okay. Seated back mount with hooks and a seatbelt, please. We're just I'm gonna roll in a 360, and when I go to roll back, flatten me and choke. Oh, you forgot to flatten me. All right. Okay. So I'll go this way and back. And when we get back, when I go back, flatten me in the turtle. Right? So it shouldn't be able to complete. Yes. Time. Nice. So you're not letting me find my base. You're stopping me from completing the roll. And it's not an escape that we address in this class. But there's an escape where somebody completes a roll like that. A couple, right? And it's a little advanced. But if we can stop that roll from completing by flattening rear mount, okay? So that's just some observations, but you see the following drills within back control. And you'll be able to follow you standing. Well, what if you go to the ground? Okay, cool. You're in turtle, all fours, follow you there on both sides, switch sides. Whatever grip, whatever, good, follow the hips, that's what I'm thinking. Right? Oh, you stood back up, no big deal. Well, I got some takedowns from here too, in case you didn't know. With the rear hip throw, the sacrifice. And, you know, okay, well, I couldn't get my hook set as I was taking your back, and I had some seatbelt grip. So I'm just gonna follow you back to turtle. Oh, bam, I was just here earlier when I was, right? Mm-hmm. So it just creates a continuum or a loop where we're taking and retaking the back, where we see like the points of, oh, back mount, that's with the hooks. It could be, you know, some different things. Like we could both be sitting facing the same way, we're both facing up, both facing down, right? And we need to be able to choke no matter what. Okay, so some really cool perspectives, and we'll see some future cool perspectives interrelated with side mount and side control in some later classes. Okay, but That's back control. Okay. Last thing today, the figure 4 ankle lock. Remember we talked about that last class. Do you know how to defend against it?
I think so.
Okay, well, show me.
All right, click or something.
Okay. All right, so this one here. So which one for the offensive side? Which leg do I want to put up first? This one, correct. All right, so here and here. All right, what do you do? Yes. Let's turn to the side a little bit so we can see. So if somebody's doing this ankle lock on you, all right, so I can, without that, watch. I can get him to tap. He's like, okay, I'm ready. All right, so go ahead and push. And I'm gonna try to extend. And it's not working. Okay, so it's that simple. Somebody is doing this to you. It's on the side, it's whatever. You gotta take your hand and push their head away. So now I physically can't bring my hips forward. Because it's like we teach this on a guard replacement, right? For my hips to go forward like that, my head's gotta go back a little bit. You're pushing my head forward. So it's the opposite spinal posture of what I need to make that movement happen, right? So quite literally that simple. You know, with where we are as class 18, we don't have a lot of back control left in the curriculum. Okay, so like what we've seen so far, I mean, we're gonna get into like, I think it's 3 more classes on the back, right? We've seen a lot, right? Taking the back is supreme, right? And it's one of the most dominant things you could do is get behind somebody or take away their options, be able to follow them and control them. So some really important stuff on the back control from this whole program. And we're getting to where, like with the stuff we teach, there's just a little bit more left on back control. So take a look back at some of the other things we've done. We've taken the back, rear clenched, done takedowns from there, defense. We've got the whole gambit. So review and, you know, like I said, get ready for those next batch of techniques. Thanks, guys.